In late 2024, Eyewitness News gathered some information that suggested that there was issues within SAPS's top brass, top management, with specific regard to Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya and Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. We began looking into the rumors and the speculation around what may have happened that resulted in tensions between the pair and a fallout between them, essentially. And this led us to sitting down with both Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya and Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. And this happened in early 2025. We took the decision to meet with Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya in Pretoria, where we sat down with him and spoke at length regarding some of the issues that had come to our attention related to tensions between himself and Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. The first thing that we discussed with Shadrack Sibiya was his relationship with Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. And I think it was quite clear that there were some tensions there, although that Shadrack Sibiya kind of played it down and made it seem as if it wasn't as bad as people were making it out to be. But following what we've been hearing through the course of both the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry as well as the ad hoc committee, bearing in mind that Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi was the first witness to appear before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, that seems like it wasn't true. It seems like there were big issues that weren't resolved between the pair, although Shadrack Sibiya claims that there were minor fallouts between himself and Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. So this is what he told us about their relationship.
First and foremost, I must say that as a disciplined member of the South African Police Service, I'm expected to conduct myself at all material times in a professional way, in such a way that I'm not expected to drag the name of the police or of the organization into disrepute. And you will appreciate that the way I would respond here, I must at all times make sure that I don't drag the name of the police into disrepute. But what I want to say to you is that I work well with General Mkhwanazi. I respect him a lot. He's an experienced police officer and very straightforward person. I work well with him. I respect him. We have had a situation, but that situation happened sometimes last year. It has come and gone, long time ago. We did speak with General Mkhwanazi, and I think that situation was resolved. But all I can say is that it is actually an embarrassment to the South African Police Service, and we must apologize to the public at large that senior managers such as us, we should be facing criminals together, fighting side by side rather than us facing each other. So I want to tell you now that at this point in time, I've never really fought with General Mkhwanazi, and we are not fighting at all. We've never exchanged words other than that disagreement that existed at that time, sometimes last year. And we spoke about it. And since then, it all went quiet. And remember, I can tell you that even the disagreement was a minor disagreement that just came as a result of communication. When in fact the former minister asked me that he wanted to meet a particular team for the work that they have done. And then from my side, I contacted the Deputy Provincial Commissioner instead of contacting the Provincial Commissioner himself. And he was upset about that. And then I apologized to him for having spoken directly to the Deputy Provincial Commissioner. It happens all the time in all the provinces that sometimes you don't get hold of the Provincial Commissioner, but you speak to the Deputy Provincial Commissioner, and there's nothing wrong. Remember, after all, I'm the Deputy National Commissioner and I'm responsible for crime detection. I spoke to the Deputy Provincial Commissioner responsible for crime detection in the province. And then I asked him that you can go and speak to the PC, but this is what the minister is saying. The reason why I did it that way, in many times, when you have to speak to the Provincial Commissioner, you find that he's chairing a meeting. You will never be able to answer your call at the same time. But at the same time, arrangement must be made for the members to be able to be on time here, whether it's for maybe it's for the flights or travel arrangements. So I played the safe by speaking to the Deputy Provincial Commissioner so that he can just relay the message to the team and then inform the National Commissioner, the Provincial Commissioner. But unfortunately, it didn't go down well with the Provincial Commissioner. And he expressed his dissatisfaction, his unhappiness, and it's something that we spoke about that has come and gone. We spoke about it and we are over it, I think.
I think the biggest thing to come out of the interview with Shadrack Sibiya was links between him and alleged criminal kingpin Vusimuzi Cat Matlala. Bearing in mind that during this interview, we didn't really ask him questions about Vusimuzi Cat Matlala or alleged Mozambican kidnapping kingpin Ismail Nangi. However, Shadrack Sibiya took it upon himself to start speaking and briefing us about police officers trying to establish links between himself and Vusimuzi Cat Matlala. I think the most interesting part of this portion of the interview was that he claims to have never met or know Vusimuzi Cat Matlala. But subsequent to what we've heard in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry as well as the ad hoc committee, Shadrack Sibiya confirmed that he had met Vusimuzi Cat Matlala on at least 5 occasions. The first being that in February 2025, and that would have been a month before we sat down and spoke to him.
Personally, I believe that there are forces out there that are determined at all costs to destabilize the police. Because they go to General Mkhwanazi, they say Sibiya is the one who went to do 1, 2, 3, 4. They come to me and say, hey, Mkhwanazi says he's going to arrest you. In 3 days' time, he will be arresting you. In 2 weeks' time, you will be arrested. And then, like he himself, he said the KZ and political killing task team have even gone over the borders, beyond the borders of KZN, to come and assist a team here in Gauteng to investigate a case that involved a senior official at the head office. Now, it can only be who? Me. But lucky enough, I sleep at night. I haven't done anything wrong. If there's any case against any one of us in the police, those that are mandated to can deal with that case, let them act and act decisively. I haven't done anything wrong. I know where I'm sitting, that I've heard a lot of rumors and some coming to tell me and say, hey, so-and-so saying they're arresting you, they're going to arrest you. And they go to him, they say, it is Sibiya who did 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know Nangi. I've never met Nangi. I've never met even the policeman. I don't know this case. I'm not involved. Cat, they tried to associate me with Cat. They went, they searched him, they interrogated him, they took his cell phones. They found nothing that involves me. They went and arrested some taxi boss somewhere there. They're trying to associate me with that person. I don't know. I've never met that person. Now, in relation to the Nangi matter, even the private security they're trying to associate me with, I was out of the police. I just came back now from the city of Joburg. I just came back now. When I came back, I found that there is something called an anti-kidnapping task team. They are working with private security, 2 or 3 private security companies. They work with them. Whenever there is a kidnapping, you will find that all of them are aware and they are involved. And me, I just get feedback in relation to a particular kidnapping. But I don't have a friend of a private security guy who is involved in the kidnapping. Now, once you want to associate me with a specific person because you want to reach me or get to me, it's the biggest mistake, because in court, you will never win anything there. So just know, I'm not involved in the Nangi thing. Should you find that I have a hand in IPIT investigating General Mkhwanazi in relation to the Nangi thing, come back to me and say you were on record and you said this. Here is a statement, or here is what the IPIT is saying, that here's what you assisted with. You can go investigate, you can go interview them. I'm telling to you now on record. I've never been to IP to go and say I'm here to report Mkhwanazi in relation to the Nangi I don't know,
2023 case.
2023 case, I have never gone to IPIT.
Throughout the course of the interview, Shadrack Sibiya kept on telling us that he has nothing to hide, that he fears nothing, and that he firmly believes that there were police within the unit that were investigating him and that had been tasked to look into him. He was comfortable with the fact that he was the Deputy National Commissioner responsible for crime detection, and on several occasions during the interview told us that he's got nothing to hide, nothing to fear, given that crime intelligence members surround him and that he is constantly receiving intel about possible raids at his premises, at his home, and the confiscation of cell phones or digital devices belonging to him. And I think it's quite interesting that when he tells us this in March last year, we subsequently see a series of raids unfolding, not only for Shadrack Sibiya, but for other people, in that the likes of Senzo Mgunu, the suspended police minister, as well as the likes of people within SAPS top brass, Lesetja Senona, the DPCI head for the Hawks in KZN. But Sibiya coming across quite strongly in that interview that he has got nothing to hide and he welcomes any sort of raids at his premises and his home.
I've never been influenced other than when someone comes and say, hey, you must be careful, I heard that you are about to be arrested, or please be careful, check behind you. I know I'm surrounded by crime intelligence. They work under me, but they're surrounding me. They're following me left, right, and center. I know that. And then I know, and on a daily basis, I get to know that they are planning to do this, they are planning to do that, they are planning to come and search your house together with so-and-so and so-and-so. We're sitting, waiting, but I'm saying it now on record, they will find nothing in my house. They can come. I don't have anything, I don't have illicit goods, I don't have weapons, that I don't have money in my house, they can come.
Of course, we know Shadrack Sibiya is expected to testify before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry come tomorrow. That's Wednesday. And we're expecting that his testimony is going to be heard over several days, possibly into next week, Tuesday, making it around 5 days that he'll be testifying before the commission. But as of now, as things stand, Shadrack Sibiya is backed into a corner. Many of the allegations that have been presented, backed up by evidence, has suggested that he has got links to the underworld, to some questionable characters in the likes of Vusimuzi Cat Matlala, in the likes of a certain Stephen Motsumi, in the likes of people like Jotan Mswazi Msibi, who was the alleged president of the Big Five cartel and passed away in January 2024. But it's not looking good for Shadrack Sibiya, and I think his testimony before the commission tomorrow is going to be an explosive one. For Eyewitness News, I'm Orrin Singh.